Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to another great episode of Basscast Radio. I'm your host, Brian Carter, and my other hostess with the mostest right here, Thomas Aarons with Fishing the DMV. And you guys all know him from YouTube sensation, Bass Geek. What is going on, man? Welcome, everybody, to the show. We are right here after you guys listen to this, it'll be the week before Christmas. So we're right here in the stretch of holiday shopping for everyone. Wow. I will tell you guys this. Amazon is my best friend this time of the year. I hate people. I hate traffic. I hate cars. I don't really hate people, by the way, because I love you guys. But I just hate, that I hate crowds.
We like the right kinds of people.
We like the right kinds of people. And you guys are the right kinds of people because we're ready for Expo season. We're already thinking about it. I know around here, we're about ready to wrap up the Cat Smith Mountain Lake Trail. I know that the Bass Kings Cat got moved to January because of the weather. But we're ready for Expo season. And me and Thomas were talking about that a little bit earlier. Guys, Angler's Choice Expo down in Martinsville, Virginia. Don't forget about that. They got one at each one of their locations. Bass Geek, I know he'll be at the Tennessee.
Yeah, East Tennessee. We're going to do the East Tennessee. Right now, that's it and the Classic, which will be in Knoxville too. Both of those will be in Knoxville. So those, I might do the Corbin, Kentucky one just because it's kind of close. It's a little smaller one, and I've had people want me to come up there 2-3 times. So I may do those, but I'm not going to do a lot of shows. I may only be at most of those a day to 2 days max.
That's cool. So we're all looking forward to shows. We're hoping the weather has moved on. We've already got what the weather forecast told us. But like I said, you got that. You got the Augusta County Bass Johns. You got their little show they have. I think that's in February or March or something like that. Please make sure you guys check their Facebook page out, by the way. For that information, I know they're still looking for tables. So if you guys would like to grab a table with them, it's a pretty good show. It actually keeps growing and growing more and more each and every year. What is it? What's the other one? Raleigh, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Raleigh. That's where you guys will actually, for you guys who are all big fans of Fishing the DMV, that's where Thomas is going to kick off his season, right? Raleigh first, or is it another one before that?
We got Raleigh, Richmond, Dale City, Augusta County, Fredericksburg, Virginia. Raleigh is an asterisk since my help is not going to be able to be there to run the whole studio. And so I'm going to be calling Les up to see what we can do about that. Hopefully we can still make it, but if worst case scenario, we will be at Richmond the following week.
If you want to pay for my room and board, I'll help him out. Sorry, I got to get something out of it.
Raleigh's a fun little place, though. I really did like that. I thought there was more there than at Richmond, in my opinion. Just thinking about last week.
The Raleigh show.
Yeah,
it's a good show. I've been to it several times. Richmond, that was my first year at it last year, and I had fun. There was some good stuff. They're a lot alike, though. They're similar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They all kind of it's pretty much the same group, but a couple different angler guests, special guests to show up at each one of them. But it is really the same group, and it's kind of like, God, it take you back here a little bit. I remember like the arts and crafts shows. You used to come to the malls back in the day when you were a kid,
Yeah.
and all of them just traveled together. I mean, they all became friends, stayed in same hotels, stayed in all that stuff. And that's what that show kind of really is. I mean, they kind of do the whole little scene, maybe hit one other show, and they're done for the year. Unless that's your livelihood is shows. And, a lot of them be going to a whole lot of shows because there are tons of shows. I mean, I know people keep begging us to go to Chicago. I heard that's a huge show.
Yeah, I've heard that's a really good show. I've talked to the guys from Biz Baits about it, and they go up there all the time. They say it's a pretty good show, which is really surprising.
Yeah. I guess there's nothing else up there, to be honest. I hate to say it like that, but I mean, and then,
up there right now, that's about it.
What's that?
Said a lot of ice fishing up there right now.
Yeah, that's about it. And then, the one in Pennsylvania. The one it's a week. It's I know my friend Jacob Stevens, who it's his birthday today, the day of recording. He's been going up there to that, and that one's huge. I mean, it's hunting, fishing, guide trips, fly trips, deep sea fishing trips. It's everything. Trucks, cars. I think they sell it all in this expo. But if you really do walk the whole entire thing, I think it's a 7-day event.
Ooh.
Yeah, 7 days at this bad boy. You better sell a whole lot for 7 days. I mean, that's, you figure 7 days in a decent motel and everything, you're going to spend at least $3K. I mean, you figure $1,400 just in the hotel. We're in counting food.
And then depending on, the company size you are, how many people you're bringing along.
Yeah, how many people you're bringing. But I mean, it's huge. A lot of people attend it. It's a very, very big show. So we're getting around the corner to show season. But guys, tonight, kind of just want to do a recap of 2025 for you guys, and really thank you all for listening to Basscast Radio with Fishing in the DMV and Bass Geek Fishing. But before we start talking about that, let's go around the room real quick and see what has been happening. And I'll go ahead and start with Thomas, and we'll move on down to Bass Geek.
Oh man, not much. Just kind of in that December kind of lull right now. We did kick off our tier list streams that we do every. I started it last year, where you just rank the fisheries based on 2025 results. I thought I could bang out 3 states in an hour. That one stream took like 6 hours. So
good God.
This year we breaking it down to North Carolina, Virginia, and then everything else. And so we did the first one, which was North Carolina. I had a bunch of North Carolina guys come on. There was like 50 different fisheries to break down. And good Lord, did that get some, that got some vitriol and hate. I think we put Lake Harris as the dog shit category, the worst lake in 2025. And then High Rock was A tier. And let me see, I had to click that here. What was the number 1 lake that was ranked? It was Jordan. Jordan was legendary status when it came to like 35-pound bags kicked out.
True, though.
I didn't realize until I took about 8 hours to go through a map and study. There's a lot of lakes in Western North Carolina that no one talks about. And the state record smallmouth in North Carolina is bigger than New York State. It's bigger than the Susquehanna River big fish. It is preposterously stupid. So there's some fun facts for you guys.
That's crazy. That really, wow. All right, Geek, what's happening with you, boss man?
Hey, man, just still pumping out the videos, dude. We dropped a video the other day that is a little technique that I've been doing for a few years. This time of year, you're in that tweener section. You've got your thread fin that are out there sort of spreading out over the surface, getting the last little bit of heat in. It's kind of still the tail end of the fall transition. And so the bass may not be out there, in that open water as much.
Right.
And, they've kind of fed up, so in the mornings, they're around structure and cover, but some of the places that you can go throw a big swim bait. And one of my buddies who owns Ledgehead Lures actually showed me this technique a few years back. You take one of the hollow bodies and a special head that he makes, and you get on those little areas that have those pea gravel banks, maybe a little flatter points where there's some gizzard shad, and you take that and fish it a little more like a jig. So you get a nice soft hollow body, and you throw it out there, and you just drag it a little, and that good round nose tilts it up and starts pecking along the bottom. And every once in a while, you give it a quick little snap, and you will catch some pretty good bass around those gizzard shad. You know how to find them. So.
All right, there you guys go. Nice little tip right there from Bass Geek. I know I've been trying to hit the share button on a lot of the content that's been coming out from Geek the last couple of. I get bombarded by so much. I ain't gonna lie, but I try to hit the share button on everybody's stuff as much as freaking possible. But because it is getting down to the end of the season. We're all kind of in that lull part where some of you guys are still paying attention. I will tell you this: you are still paying attention to Basscast Radio because you're listening. And I think we had our first or second time we've had well over 100 listens in one day. That's pretty good for us. I'll take it. So I'll definitely. I mean, it peters down, and then we put out another episode and it goes on back up. But I really appreciate you guys all checking out Basscast Radio. I do want to make this announcement really quick, and you're going to hear this first, and right here, there will be no Basscast Tournament Trail event in 2026. I'm taking a break, boys and girls. I ain't gonna lie. I've been doing this for 15 years. I've had a trail for almost 15 years. But I am going to tell you this, and this is just for our loyal listeners here on Basscast Radio. We're going to do a spring event and a fall event. It's going to be a big event. It's going to be a big entry. Not a huge entry, but a lot bigger than what you're going to see around here. And it's going to be a nice big payout on top of that. It's going to be 100% payout on top of, we're going to take a little bit for fees, but it's going to be 100% payback. Both will be on Smith Mountain Lake. And my game plan is, after this episode drops, you guys, I'm going to work on the schedules. You guys will see the schedules will start going up on the Basscast for 2026. Excuse me. And if you haven't submitted us your schedule yet, media@thebasscast.com is how I get it. And how it goes up on the website is by me. So if you want to send us your schedule, we'd love to have it for 2026. But just letting you guys know now, there'll be no real tournament trail. This is just an open event. You bring your buddy, your daddy, your mom, your son, whoever you want to fish with, and enjoy a great day out on the water. And like I said, no points. Trophies will be handed out at the end of each event. A plaque will be, by the way. We do plaques. So that's what we decided. We're going to put everything on the website, and then we're going to sit down, me and Danielle. We're going to take a high little 3 or 4 day vacation, and we're going to look at the schedules, and then we're going to send it all off to the Virginia Game and Fish. I guess, what is it for us? It's the state park who handles our fishery where we fish out of, and we're going to lock in a date, and we're going to make it happen. So that's the plans for us for 2026. I got one graduating from high school next year. So it's kind of a lot of stuff happening around here. I mean, I know there's going to be special events leading up to all that and all that great stuff that happens. So we just need a break. You guys know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I understand it.
Need a break. And, I'll be honest with you guys, I've missed you guys talk about, fall events, and, it kind of makes me think about fall events and everybody else going, spending time with family and going to this party and that party. I don't go to parties, boys and girls. We work on the Basscast, and that's about it. And, I think I need to, Basscast ain't going nowhere, by the way. We just need to, dial it back a little bit and start kind of enjoying stuff again. So, but yeah, that's the plan for 2026 here. Have you guys decided on anything for 2026? You might want to let a little bit out of the bag, or we're gonna keep it to ourselves till we get the ball rolling. I will tell you guys this: before the first cast, we have a new Bass Geek introduced me to a young man, and we got a new MC for that, and that's gonna start the first of the year.
Awesome.
So that's gonna take place. And I'm going to get him on an episode, and you're going to start seeing him on some episodes as well. So we'll make all that announcement towards the beginning of the year. So we got that. So we're rocking and rolling. We're putting out episodes like Thomas says. I'm not pumping out as much as Thomas, but we're going to do our best.
That's all you can do.
Thomas, are you opening up your Patreon in 2026? I know you're talking about going to the next tier, or what's the deal with that?
We're because everything is racking up their prices. Just to make sure I can keep up with the price of inflation, it'll be opened again probably around the Raleigh Expo is when I'm going to open it back up to $8, just so I can keep up with everything. I mean, which is funny, is it's still the price of a pack of Cincos, honestly, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, and then we're just going to be just taking it one day at a time. Hopefully, we have a couple of sponsors will be coming on in January or February. Fingers crossed, we'll see. And yeah, we'll kind of go from there. 2026 is going to be a year, I think, for most people in the industry is about survival. I really think this is going to be the toughest year. If anyone can survive this year coming up, everyone's going to be looking really good going into 2027.
I thought that was years ago, but I'm hoping you're wrong. But we are both hoping you're wrong. But I mean, hoping is a good year. But it was, a couple years ago, it was real bad. I mean, guys, I lived off of one sponsor. I'll tell you this, it was tough. I mean, even now, like you was talking about, we have our own Patreon as well. It's $5.95 a month. It's actually less than a pack of Cincos now, are $8.95. So I mean, Thomas is right up there with it because they went up on their prices when they got bought out. Unless you buy the colors nobody wants at Walmart, you're gonna pay $5.95 for those. But the good colors are still $8.95 if you're gonna get it, unless you get it at on sale at our sponsor, Discount Tackle, which they do run them 20% off on a regular basis. Off basis, Discount Tackle. You guys see the comments section below. You can pick them up there. But yeah, $5.95. You guys want to sponsor Basscast Radio? We'd love to have you. We're looking for a couple more sponsors ourselves for 2026. We got 3 great ones now, and we haven't checked out. We're hoping everything will they'll all return. But I spoke to another sponsor the other day, and he said he possibly could do that. This guy would be great. It'd be our first carb dealership, by the way.
Awesome.
So that'd be really cool. His wife follows and supports us. That's awesome. So cool. maybe Mama might push it a little bit forward for us. So, but she follows us, and we appreciate that. I'm not going to mention their names or nothing until the deal's done, but thank them for at least considering. And like I said, if you'd like to consider, shoot me an email, media@thebasscast.com, and let's get to work. It's actually a link on the website. Let's work together. You can click on anytime. It might even have the number, or it's got the numbers I know from last year on there. So, guys, like I said, we're just going to talk today, talk about what's going on, talk about what's happening in the world, our world, and our world, how we fared and looked in 2025 and some of our plans in 2026. Let's slide on over to Geek here real quick. What you got going on for 2026 that you might be able to let out the bag or let anybody know? Or
we're there's certain things I don't want to prematurely let out of the sack, so to speak.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But we've got some pretty big plans, some things that hopefully will become clearer as we get to the end of the first quarter. So March, April, May, in those areas. Right now things are good. Everything's on track.
Sweet.
The wife got a promotion, so
mine did too. Thank God.
So she can support me a little bit.
There's a theme.
Yeah. Sugar mama in the making. And, other than that, if that happens, there'll be some changes in maybe some type of content. But right now we're just planning on doing what we always do, man. Working hard, pumping out content, trying to teach people, we break it down to the microscopic level, and it's something that I like. You can line up three beaver style baits, and each one of them are different and have a little different,
right.
Little different subtle actions to them. And we like to break those down and talk about when one, we've got some of the videos we did last year, we talked about stick baits and the difference between stick baits and when, say, Yamamoto Cinco does work, since we're talking about Cincos all the time, when it may shine over a Yum Dinger or a few others that we had in there, and the different actions and the different weights and the different ways to rig them. And so that's the great thing about all these companies who, we know it's going to be, and I agree with Thomas, I think it's going to be a tough year. I know a lot of companies that are cutting back. We've lost a couple of sponsors because of that. We've gained a couple of sponsors, but so, which is kind of par for the course, kind of even keel. That's just how the industry works. But, I mean, we're just going to keep pumping out that sort of stuff, do some fishing videos, do some how-tos on baits and patterns, and can't wait. We've started a new sort of hybrid video that I'm not sure when the next one will drop, but we talk about this time of year and a certain bait and a certain pattern that it shines on. So it's kind of like a hybrid between one of our how-tos and our fishing videos.
Okay.
So instead of just solely focusing on the bait itself, we're focusing on a little bit of the pattern and the when, where, and whys that it happens that you can go out and catch fish on. So a few fish catches in it, and so hopefully that I think as we hone that in and get that better, I think people will really like it. So we're just working, always trying to get better, man. That's next year. That's the goal.
There you guys go. Yeah. So I mean, what do we? I know Geek, you looked at some numbers real quick. What are you looking at right now? How many followers? How many subscribers?
So we had the 2 hacks this year.
Guys, it's been a hell of a year for I had it the year before last. He had it this year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Thomas is getting it right now.
Thomas is getting it now. So
they can't take a joke. Yeah.
We just it's like tag.
Yes, it's like all 3 of us. I mean, it started with me. I can't say nothing. I was banned for 6 months from Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We still did 3.8 million views.
Wow.
For last year, just on YouTube. Generally, if you take Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, we'll push somewhere around about 7 million views total across those platforms, video format wise. We were down subscriber wise. It really hurt us because we got pushed out. I mean, we did about 8,000 subscribers. That's down. I think we did over 12 or maybe 13 last year. And, a lot of that was just simply because, I mean, we come out of the gate firing. We upped our output to 3 videos a week, and we were rolling, in the money time. And everybody knows that from February through, June, I mean, that's when in the fishing world, you've got to make your hay, and we were doing very well. Everything was going very well, and right in the middle of it in May, some people decided they want to put some fake Elon Musk Bitcoin stuff up and took over. Which again, I'll say thank you to Google and YouTube. I mean, they really were very responsive, did a great job getting everything back and getting us back up. However, their YouTube jail is real, and we spent about 3 months in there before our views started going back up, and then we got hacked again. So, which was, I'm going to call that residue from the original hack.
Yeah,
so luckily we were able to stop it before they got total control, but also unfortunately Google detected it and warned us about it. We'd already started putting in place a little better security measures, and so they knew about it, and we went right back into wonderful YouTube jail again. You know, raking our cup. I'm innocent. It wasn't my penis I put on. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, because if you guys don't forget, I think God, it was last year. I want to say the years are just crazy. I was in like 6 months Facebook jail. I mean, you guys. I mean, I didn't lose anything, thank God, but they put me in jail, and it was like, this sucks. We got everything kind of figured out. But I mean, it was like back and forth between I and Facebook, and finally we got everything straight. The account got back open. I had opened up another account, a group that started trying to get content out that way to keep you guys in the know. I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. If you want to do something, I don't care what it is. Do not put all your eggs in one basket. Okay.
Yeah.
You need to spread yourself out. Period. You need to be on. If a new group pops up, you need to be on it, and you can say, "Why keep all your old content? If you like us, keep a lot of your videos, keep a lot of stuff. All except for me ruining a hard drive. Everything I have is on a backup hard drive." So I mean,
and authenticators, man, it's a big deal. I know it's a step that's a pain in the rear end every time you go to log in, but authenticators.
I think I got my fingerprint on a lot of it now.
Well, even that, if you don't have some sort of authenticator program that's changing the code every, say, 30 seconds, it's fingerprint biometric might work, but even I had 2-layer authentication, and they were still able to get around it. So
wow, that's crazy. So I'll lead off next, and then we'll roll into Thomas, let him kind of give you guys a little recap. But you guys all know, we added 2 shows in 2025. Basscast Radio is on Monday. Wednesday, we upload the Bass Vault, which is content from our writers, Bruce, Carson Maddox, and Calvin Herndon. And then we had on Friday, before the first cast, Calvin was doing that. Like I said, Calvin had a little girl, so he's got a boy and a girl now. So he's got his hands extremely full. So we want to thank him for doing the show. But we got a new producer coming in, going to be hosting the show here the first of the year. So we'll make that announcement, who all it is, here soon. But so we added that because this is a format that I really, really love. I mean, I'm like Thomas. I love the podcast part extremely much, and you guys listen a lot. I mean, we had 100 and. If I remember correctly, let me go back here to my numbers. We had 146,000 listens in 2025. So thank you guys. I'll tell you this now. To break even, I need to double that number. If it tells you anything. But it was a great year. Introduced a lot of great people to it. We started our Patreon. It hasn't grown. I haven't pushed it like I should. I mean, I understand. I was hoping that I could establish some deals like Thomas had with some of our local distributors and local shops, and it just hadn't happened. So it's, I guess I'm just kind of saying the Patreon is a way to help us pay for stuff when we don't have sponsors, pay for writers, pay for the production of the show, and the hosting and the production. So, I mean, it's $5.95 a month, like I said, and then our 3 title sponsors, pick up the main part of it, because none of this stuff is free. I mean, I do give my time away. I mean, if I wasn't doing this, I'd be doing something else I started doing again this year. And for you guys who don't know, my dad passed away early in the year, and something that probably the only thing besides going to church that we did together. And fishing. So fishing, church, we did sports cards. And that was something my best friend ran a shop during high school, a buddy. I sold cards out of my locker, and I got back into sports card trading. I just needed a break. I really did. I needed something kind of different. You guys don't know. I started this thing in 2009. It's 2025, people. I mean, that I have lived, breathed, done nothing but bass fish, run home from tournaments, posted content. I was stupid when I first started the podcast show, which I've probably restarted twice because of a work schedule thing, which is now straight. But I would like cover a tournament on Bugs Island, people, drive an hour and a half and host a show at 7:00 live. Anybody want to call me stupid? I mean, here it is. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I dedicated a whole lot, and I'm not saying it hasn't paid off. I'm not saying it hasn't, matured or done whatever I wanted for me. Because, guys, I've been to so many Bassmaster Classics. I went to Forest Wood Cup before it ended. That was awesome as crap. Red Crest events. I've been on TV, been on the news. I mean, I've been hosted an event there. Hulk Hogan stole my thunder, but that's beside the point.
Well, it's kind of what Hulk's always done, really.
Yeah. Go figure. Yeah, we love you, Hulk. God bless you. In heaven, we hope to see you one day. 100%. Love the Hulk. But, my show aired the morning. At lunchtime, the Hulk passed away. And it's like, dang, everybody's like, the Hulk stole your thunder, Carter. I was like, yeah, I know. It's all good. It's the Hulk. We love the Hulk, man. Who didn't grow up watching the Hulk?
That's right.
The Hulk cartoon. That's how old I am, by the way.
I remember.
Yes, the Hulk cartoon. It's freaking awesome. And yes, I was huge into wrestling back then. Watched it every week. I had people down the street watched it. Let's get away from wrestling. But so yeah, I mean, it's you guys talk about hacks. I mean, I've rebuilt the website 5 times. I've been hacked. I mean, it's been a heck of a journey that we are still on. We're not going anywhere. It's just like I said earlier, we're taking a little step back from the tournament series. My ultimate goal next year, which was really this year, but we got a new employee. You guys, some of you might know and don't know, work kind of changed for me. I had 2 people retired at the same time. I got one new one, and I got a new one coming in the first of the year. So I'm hoping in about 6 months to get her up to speed. And if she does as good as the last one did, we'll be in great shape because that'd be awesome. And you guys know I want to cover more events. I'm really leaning towards the Big Bass Tour because that's kind of our bread and butter. It's the local tournament trail. That's what I started. And covering the local events. I mean, we get the press releases from everyone else. If it's local, we'll go to the, Major League Fishing events local. I go to the James River a couple of times. I've been up to the Potomac River. I will travel for the local stuff when it gets to the hot dog days of summer and everything's on the rivers, which I love the rivers. But we really do want to cover more of the Big Bass Tour events. I love meeting everybody. It's really cool just hanging out, meeting all the anglers. I love doing the Big Bass Tour here. And with the rooftop tent on top of the car, I want to use that more in 2026 and travel and cover more of these events. And I love staying in state parks and campgrounds and all that stuff. I grew up doing that. So that's my plan. I know English Choice is coming back next year, more local. So I'm hoping that all you guys that took your time off in 2025, that I didn't see you, will come back in 2026. And like Thomas was saying, I'm going to be honest, like Thomas said, if you don't come back in 2026, you really want to put a big asterisk on things. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Thomas, like you said, it might be one of those years. But if we don't see that return, guys, English Choice was giving away $10,000. You know how many boats showed up? Might have been 30 or less. You can't get them odds on a freaking lottery ticket.
Wow.
You can't get them odds on
that is insane.
How do you is that guaranteed first place?
Guaranteed.
Dude, how?
They put up $10K guaranteed on 30 boats.
How's there not? Like I praise the Morristown all the time. And it's $10K guaranteed for first place. And they packed the house, bro. They averaged 235 boats.
So I don't know.
But is this the same tour that we've talked about that did not do a championship this year?
Yes.
Wonder how much that actually hurts.
They didn't do a championship in 2026. I want to say, please check out their website. They're going back could be a part of the Bassmaster team series. They're getting back into that again.
So it might hurt too.
So they're kind of rewinding everything back. They kind of learned a little bit. But guys, their tournament director retired, and Randy Carter kind of took over for a couple years, and then someone else took over last year, and we're all kind of in this little bubble. We're all kind of burnt out. I mean, you got to figure. I mean, even if you only host 5 to 8 events, that's a quarter of the summer. You're gone, because they would do theirs back to back. So I mean, it was the same weekend, which did help. I mean, is a month out of the summer is gone, or the fall, or whatever. So I mean, and you think, I know, their tournament director had been doing it for like 14 years, 15, something like that. So I mean, everybody at English Choice was burnt out. You've been dragging your wife to tournaments who only there because of you. They're ready for another chapter in their life. And that's one of the reasons why I'm only doing 2 Basscast events in 2026, because, Danielle's kids are getting older. We want to travel more. And whether we travel to go cover a tournament and while you guys are fishing, we go out there and explore the area. It's, we can dedicate more time to that and to us. And that's the ultimate game plan there. So I'm done talking, and I'm going to turn this over to Thomas. And that, like I said, that's our future. That's our plans for 2026. We still need sponsorship. We still need some dollars. But I'll drop the ball on Thomas and let him kind of spill.
Yeah, I mean, 2025 has been very split. There's 2 sides of the coin. From the YouTube side of things, it's been an absolute blessing. 2026, we're going to be breaking through 10,000 subscribers. We hit over 500 episodes watched. We were ranked in the top 50 most listened to outdoor show. I think it was like July, August, September. So 3 months in a row, we were up there, top 50 most downloaded. Crazy. Never thought a stupid regional show could get that big. So that was a huge blessing. Did lose my job, which was a problem. I didn't realize how much of a problem it would have been, since I'm up to over 3,500 applications and still nothing. But I will still remember that the day I lost my job, the next day I went to a fishing tournament, and I actually ended up winning the damn thing. And that actually helped tide us over. So, I had a great win. I had a lot of stuff happen with fishing the DMV. It's just been a very much an emotional roller coaster year, but it's definitely been a blessing. And I really can't say thank you enough to literally all my Patreon supporters, because we literally would have had to completely get rid of our home and everything if it wasn't for you guys backstopping the channel. So this thing is 100% crowdfunded and alive because everyone in the community is keeping it alive. So yeah, just a blessing. And so hopefully 2026, I get a job. That would be really great to help tide things over. But fishing wise, yeah, I mean, just continue to do more content, and hopefully I'll be able to have funds saved up so I can actually travel some more. I really do want to travel and fish different areas. It's just been put on the back burner this year until 2026. So yeah, I'm going to be positive. More things to come. Content will still be coming out, and we'll see what happens.
All right, so like Thomas said, get in now while you can buy a pack of Cinco's and become a part. Is it closed or is it still open?
It is open at the price of $6, and then I'll be shutting that tier off, and there'll be a new one that's at $8 a month. And
all right, so go ahead and get in now. And I'm actually a supporter. He gets my $6 every month from the Basscast, because I mean, like I said, we love Thomas, and I want to help him. And you guys are blessed to me, so I want to pass it on. And that's just the way I am about it. But yeah, if you guys want to be a part of that. You do have an open house event. Oh no, you're doing the kayak.
Yep, kayak show. Last weekend in February, I believe. It's going to be a blur, man. If we actually end up being able to do Raleigh, it's just going to be from Raleigh all the way till March. Every weekend I'll be somewhere. It's what you got to do. Bring the content about whatever all the locals are doing. Yeah, just not trying to think about it because it's just hold your breath until March, so to speak, every weekend.
Do you have
So-
everything packed up in a trailer or something that you can just link to and go down the road? Because you got a hell of a setup, everybody.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know that already.
And so that's the thing is I do have a trailer and everything. As long as we have the help and the financial means to get down there, since again, all of it's out of pocket, we're gonna hit all the shows. We'll do a little bit less content. I don't need to do 50 hours anymore. It's more of just meeting and greeting. I really hated last year where I was running to get so many interviews done, and there was a line of people that wanted to say hi and talk. And so now I'm like, all right, I'm getting to that maturity stage where I need to balance content versus just saying hi to everybody in the community.
Yeah, Thomas, we're not gonna do all that crap if I'm in charge, all right? All right, we ain't been doing all that crap. I can tell you that right now. We're gonna get set up. We're gonna have photos sitting there, me and you, 8x10 glossies, and maybe do a Christmas portrait like me and oh yeah, it's that time of the year again. I gotta put up my John Cruz and I Christmas portrait photo from Augusta County Christmas dinner, where I think he's sitting on my lap or we're sitting beside each other. I can't remember, but it's cute.
Oh my goodness.
It's an awesome photo. But I think we had a one or two beers that night. I will be honest. But it's a really cool photo. But it's time for the Christmas photo to come out. But yeah, I mean, we're just gonna be signing autographs, dude. That's all we're gonna be doing. I mean, bring some 8x10 glossies. They're $5.95 a piece.
Or, hey, if you got boobs or babies, we'll sign it all.
We will sign. We're gonna bring magic markers, the fat ones. You can't read that shit. But yeah, so I mean, yeah, guys, watching the journey for Thomas has been really freaking amazing to how big he has gotten the last year. Like I said, how much he has impacted the community with talking about, like me and him were talking about earlier, about him branching out a little bit more, but talking about the biology of the fishing, what's going on in our habitation, how the different. He's had people on from the Game and Fish that have been local that help with that. I ain't gonna lie, guys. We preach it pretty daggone hard here. You need to take care of your fishery. Don't throw your line in the daggone water, so I can catch it later down the road.
Yeah, grass carp and Smith. I saw that post 2 days ago or whatever. They approved grass carp for Smith Mountain Lake.
So there you guys go. It's gonna kill more. I don't know what else to say after that. So yeah.
Let's say something optimistic, because I feel like this is like Requiem for the Dream or Schindler's List right now. It's kind of like, good God.
What sucks for me is I can't really, like everything I can talk about that I have planned for next year is all top secret.
Okay. Well, here's a question for you.
For another 3 months.
You pretty much record all your videos on like 3 lakes. Are you going to branch out and actually leave those 3 lakes for content ever?
So we hope so.
All right, that's fair enough. Fair enough.
Gosh, man. So everything,
gosh, man,
comes back to, for me, and to give everybody a hint without giving things truly away, because I don't want to be out of it without, so money talks and bullshit walks, and that's where we're at right now. So right now, this year is going to be, it's all about saving money, limiting the expenditures, strapping down on any sort of extras, and putting ourselves in a position so that we can, live on a little tighter budget than what we're used to. Because, right now, I mean, we're a 3, I work 2 jobs basically. And, I'm a network engineer, and so far, I've been very blessed that the Bass Geek portion of it makes almost as much money as the networking side of the deal. So, in the very, very, very poor section of Virginia that I live in, any of my incomes would be well above the median,
Right.
of where I live. And so would my wife's, and, we're really a 3 income household, even though we save a lot of money. There's always an adjustment, as Thomas, you can attest, for what's happened to you this year, so that's really, I'm just trying to put us in the best. Listen, I'm pretty good with being frugal, but I have a woman.
If it was all it would be a tiny home.
So to keep a woman that I do care very much about, I must make sure, for the most part, the impact of my plans, which is to not work 2 jobs in the very near future, does not truly affect her standard of living. So, so that's kind of what I'm saying. So I don't want to make promises. Yes, I absolutely, like, there's a ton of lakes I want to go fish. I love Dale Hollow. It's a lake that's probably one of my favorite lakes in the world to fish. I haven't been in probably 3 years. I'm dying to go there. There's some North and South Carolina lakes I would love to go down, and I've got several buddies, But, when you travel like that, just like tournament fishing, and I was asking a live stream I did a couple nights ago or a week ago or whenever it was, that, they're like, oh, we'd love to see you fish more tournaments. Well, I'd love to fish more tournaments, but tournaments are money, and it's not just the entry fee, it's the travel. Yeah, I mean, the club scene down here, there's a few clubs, but really, when you look at a club that fishes 10 tournaments, or like the Morristown Marine or the BFLs down here that fish 5 tournaments, when you put in the practice and you fish 10 tournaments a year versus 5 tournaments a year, it all kind of balances out, financially, for gas in the boat and the truck and everything else. And so right now, I just want to see how year 1 is going to,
play out.
How we're going to do. Yeah. How we're going to respond, how we're going to learn to be more frugal and adjusted, especially in the economy, the, truly shithole economy that we're in right now. Because, it's like we've said, it's not a time when I can go to my sponsors and be like, well, boys, I've raised all the prices.
Oh, heck no.
And December honestly has been one of our best months in the past 2-3 years, but this November was just horrible. We had 1 or 2 videos that did real well, and I just, I know there's a lot of hunting and everything going on, but December and November, December's not been much better. So, we're hoping that we're going to see a pull out of that as we get into the hot season. But I just don't think people are buying things right now the way they have the past 2-3 years. And I don't think people are. I think more people are leaving the fishing industry than are staying in it, whether it be tournaments or even fun fishing right now. So, and that affects us, because if there's not people who want to learn to fish, well, they're not a lot of people watching the channel. So, I mean, we're doing well by most standards. We're not in a hole, and as I always say about fishing and showing where we're at and letting people know what we're doing, over the years, I've seen a lot of guys who are like, oh man, I won, a 0.3 my club tournament on that underspin you was talking about. and then you can't catch any more off of it because everybody's lined up. You've got to be a better angler. So we've got to continually adjust and be put out better content. And I spent a lot of time, working on that stuff and trying to be better at it. And we'll continue to do that because A, I enjoy it. It's fun. And B, I really love, and I know a lot of people hate the forward facing sonar ordeal, but I have had so much fun just really following bass and watching bass on these same 3 lakes. And that's sort of for me, and we're gonna continue to do that. For me, I don't by traveling like the pros, and I tell people this all the time. The pros can give you very good information in generalized terms because they don't fish the same fisheries.
Oh yeah.
Every single week, where you are in contact with those same fish consistently year round for multiple years. And because if you go to Lake Okeechobee and then you go to some Texas lake, it's going to be very different. And they're going to find fish and they're going to catch fish. But there's still subtle nuances in a lot of the lakes that we go to, the 5 or 6, Thomas, that we fish. Even though they all do look a whole lot alike because they are alike. But
we're gonna start tracking your phone, Geek.
But,
turn on that notification. Where's Geek now?
But I think that's been really fun. It's really kind of re-energized me into fishing. Because again, like we all said, and like Brian said, the day-to-day grind, it not only grinds what you're grinding against, the grindstone, but it grinds you. So, so there's times when I've very much just wanted to put it down and just be like, well, I'll just go do IT and not have to worry about it. I'll sit around, drink a lot of beer and get fat and don't care. So, but, but I do, I enjoy it. I enjoy doing the videos. I enjoy being out on the water, and I enjoy learning and really learning and staying in close contact with these fish and these fisheries. And, it's really, and especially in the Highlands fisheries, because, I talk to buddies in South Carolina all the time. And, one of them being, he fishes Santee Cooper, which is really a lowland reservoir, and some of the differences in the way bass and the way shad move and react and shad. We were talking a lot last night about shad kills because, you don't see a lot of shad kills. Yes, as the temperatures really dip in the wintertime, the shad die. That's the whole purpose of the Demeke rig and how it came into existence. But you don't see a lot because they're falling to the bottom. But, you get into those shad kills, those major shad kills really in the spring, and how the temperatures affect them because they come up, and they sun, and then all of a sudden you get a hard freeze, bam, you got a shad kill in the spring, and how they can go deeper and get away from a lot of that stuff in the wintertime, and they understand it. So it's really just learning those nuances of where those fish are, where they like to go, when they like to feed. I mean, it's really coming down to what we've learned is when exact water temperature matters for certain things, when water temperature drops matter, and it doesn't really matter about water temperature until you get out of this range. And then time of day, what we've learned in the difference between a largemouth and smallmouth, and how they'll feed at certain times, like during the summer. when you're fishing during the days and those largemouth pull off the bank. I mean, it's almost like 9 o'clock. It's almost like you can set your watch by it. And then at 5 o'clock, even though the day's longer, they go back to the banks. We've watched them go down and start, being around there right now, watching them come up at 2:30 in the evenings, watching how the shad come up and spread out across the surface, watching how wind during the wintertime really affects that and affects how deep the bass are in the winter versus how it affects them in the spring and the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the stuff to me that, I mean, if you can't tell, excuse my language, that I've got a boner talking about this right now. I mean, it's just so fun to figure it out and then catch one and be like, I knew it. Yes, I got it. I know what's going on, and it's just, I just enjoy it, man.
Why are you guys not watching? I mean, you guys just heard it all right here. We should be at 100,000. We should actually be at 200,000 on Bassie's channel by now. You guys are crazy. Why you're not following? The production's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Geek's amazing. Mike's amazing. I mean, like I said, if you haven't had a chance to meet Mike yet, you need to meet Mike. I mean, like I said, Geek's got a heck of a thing going on there. And like I said, Thomas does as well. I mean, Thomas keeps us all informed. Just like you said earlier, we're going to start killing more Smith Mountain Lake. You know what I'm saying? The carp's going to be in it. Welcome to hell. I mean, so, I mean, we all have different aspects, and that's the whole cool, great thing about Basscast Radio. And I'm so blessed to have Thomas and Geek be a part of it, even though we all can't be on each and every episode. And sometimes that we miss, and sometimes, someone has to be out. We all kind of bring a little bit of different aspects of the world of bass fishing to one great show. Sorry, I'm getting teared up here, guys. Sorry about that. But now, all honestly, really appreciate Thomas and Geek being a part of this. I really do. It's kind of crazy how we all kind of met. We all met at expos. I mean, and just watching each other. I met Geek. Thomas, how in the world did we meet? I can't even freaking remember.
Tender.
That was it. Thank you. But it was
all of you know, because of Thomas's camera angle, he's way taller in person.
Yeah. I need
he's like 12 feet taller, but
yeah.
When I first met Thomas in person, I was like, good God.
Yeah, when I first walked up to him, I was like, where'd you hit that growth spurt?
Yeah, I if you guys don't, I'm built like a running back. So I need to adjust my camera some way, but I hate when people have that camera looking up at their face. So now I look like I'm Tom Cruise. So
oh my gosh. So I mean, guys, I want to leave it at this, and we're going to wrap it up, have some closing words. Guys, we've been preaching expo seasons right around the corner. For you guys who are local, Bassmaster Classics in Tennessee. I was talking to Thomas earlier. If you really want to be a part of this fishing thing, you need to be at expos. You need to be a part of local organizations. There was an angler here, not mention his name. He told me he wasn't, it wasn't his thing to do a Christmas parade where maybe 1,000 people could have watched him ride by. He's no longer fishing, boys and girls. Let's say that. I don't know. It could have been his choice. I don't know what he tried. Whatever he decided. Hopefully he'll be back next year. He's a great guy. But I mean, take advantage of these doors and windows that are open. We got the biggest plasma location in Central Virginia. It's getting ready to open up. If you have to go donate plasma to go to the Bassmaster Classic in Tennessee to live your dream, to get your face out there in front of thousands of people, go donate some plasma. Start now. I don't know how many times you can do it. I know nothing about it. I hate needles. They scare me and it made me cry. But unless I'm done. But I mean, really, really, there's a lot of expos coming up, small to large to super large. Get out to them, support the local expos, meet a couple different, people. Did my light die? I think it did. Okay, the battery must have died. Get out there. We're gonna wrap. Get out there and meet people and get your name out there and be a part of the local expo scene. And guys, I really appreciate you all sponsoring and being a part of Basscast Radio this year. It's been great. The shows have been great. The numbers have shown that. So we're going to continue with our 3 shows each and every week here on our network. And again, we say thank you for all that. Thomas, Geek, any closing words before we roll out today?
Man, for me, guys, hang in there. We got a lot of new content styles coming. If things do happen the way that we hope they're going to happen, there's going to be we'll roll it out slowly because we want to make sure that we're not getting in over our heads. But there's going to be some cool changes to the channel, and I think for the better. A lot more content. And a lot more in-depth content about some of the stuff, we were kind of going over, in the past. The only bad thing about learning stuff like I was talking about is by the time you learn it, the season's over, so you can't really do a video on it that year.
Yeah.
So, people's done moved on, but, we're picking that stuff up, and I think, man, we're going to have a good time.
Awesome. Thomas?
Yeah, everyone just stay hopeful out there. I don't want to make this all pessimistic or whatever. Just if you enjoy it, fishing is still healthy locally. And I think 2026 is going to be a surprising year for a lot of people.
All right, guys. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for being a part of Basscast Radio. This is our final episode for 2025. We're going to be back in 2026. Really excited about that. Hopefully the microphone can travel. Love to get on the road. I know I had a really cool time doing some stuff on the road. We just did a couple of things at the Big Bass Tour, but never know where we're going to go, where we're going to be. And right now we're in our break season for maybe like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It's a break. That's about it. And then we'll be right back on the road. Like I said, expos, tournaments, English Choice, I think kicks off in March. It rolls a lot faster than you guys really do think it does. I mean, it really does. I mean, when you get really into the media side of it, like we are really, really into the media side of it, there's not a heck of a lot of break. I mean, it's kind of like NASCAR. They wrapped up maybe a month ago. They're testing right after Christmas for the Daytona 500.
And by the way, God rest Biffle and his family.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Holy
Hated
cow.
to hear about that. From Virginia, from Virginia guy, flew a helicopter during the Helene, North Carolina, to help deliver and pull people out of the mountains down there. Hate to hear what happened to him. I know me and Brian are NASCAR fans, and the Biffster, he was one of the good guys.
For you guys don't know about my dad, really quick thing here, and we'll roll off. My dad was before I was born, about 1970 to 73 in NASCAR. My dad was in NASCAR. I mean, during that time, Dad helped build race engines, test cars. He didn't drive unless he test drove. He didn't drive. My mom went to every race. She did the count. She counted laps. You had to count laps back then. And she counted laps. And my mom counted laps. So they were pretty heavy into the world of NASCAR. I have NASCAR books, calendars, photos where my parents' bar sponsored the car that was locally here. We're on the back of it. I kind of grew up. It's kind of crazy being a part of that and then being a part of this and, how it's all kind of, things have passed on from generation to generation here. But yeah, it really, really is sad. And actually, we're looking at going down to Asheville for our little vacation. Danielle went down there for the Red Cross after it all happened, and she kind of wants to go back down there, see how things are coming along. So we're going to go to Asheville, and my best friend went to UNCA in college. So it's been since he was in college since my last trip to Asheville. So I'll be in Asheville prior to the new year.
Fan. The Orange Peel, nice little music venue. Love it. We go down there to watch some good shows. We've watched everything from Ice Cube to Anthrax down there. So
there you go.
Really, really great little place. Great little microbreweries and places to eat downtown too. So love Asheville.
So that's where we're going. So if you see me out and about in Asheville, that's where I'll be for a couple of days, and we're going to hang out down there and do a little getaway before we get back here and get back to work. Guys, appreciate you listening. Thanks for being a part of Basscast Radio. You guys have a great week. Have a great holiday, Christmas, New Year's. Be safe, everyone. If you're out there fishing, you guys know, I don't care what time of the year is, but this is the major time. You better have your life jacket on. Buy you a good life jacket. guys, my life jacket, real quick, it was $150, 150. Doesn't even feel like I got a life jacket on. It is that comfortable. Just be safe out there. Have a great holiday, everyone, and we'll talk to you later.